Hey, what's happening YouTube? Rod J back again and check out another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I'm going to take a look at one from out of Salt Lake City, Utah from 4+ Brewing. This is actually their Mission Street Session Pale Ale. This is one you actually can find located in any of the Trader Joe's establishments. I've not had this one before, so looking forward to checking it out. Comes in at an ABV of 4.7%, but actually I've been somewhat pleased with some of the Mission Street beers out of Trader Joe's. Funny, the other ones were all done, it said, by Steinhaus, but this one says 4+ Brewing out of Salt Lake City. Let's get it open and get it into a glass. So there we go, into the glass. Poured out a nice 2-finger head on this one. As far as the color, pretty much an eggshell white type color on the head. When you get into the light, you do have that chill haze on it, but it's not all the way opaque. I can see my fingers on the other side of the glass somewhat, so it does have a little bit of light getting through, but definitely has a big amount of cloudiness in play as well. Has that nice golden straw color you'd expect to have on an IPA. But as far as everything on the look, it looks like it's supposed to. Starting to go down on the head a little bit, and already seeing it start to lace the glass, so that's a good sign. And as far as the bubbles on the head itself, they're pretty tight. We've got some small ones and some bigger ones in there, but nice foaminess on the head, so let's see how long that actually lasts. As far as the aroma, it does take a little bit of a sniff to get the aroma out of the glass, not as strong as what you would usually like to have on an IPA. But once you do get it out, you do have some of that pine scent. You do have that kind of dankness you expect to have from the hops. You do get some of the fruit type aromas you expect from the hops on the IPA. That grapefruit, that pretty much orange, some lemon in there. Get a nice sense of a tropical type smell in the background. And maybe like some slight tangerine or something along those lines. But as far as anything else with the aroma, pretty much standard as far as the taste. The initial flavor, you do get hit with some pretty good bitterness. Up to the front of the tongue as you would expect, but not too much on the finished flavor. It does kind of smooth out a little bit. The beer does sit nicely on the palate, getting a little bit of an astringency on the back end, getting a little bit of kind of a little bit of an alcohol flavor. You can definitely tell it's not one of the top level session IPAs. You kind of have a little bit of a harshness in there, but it's actually one of their value type beers, so you know, you're getting it for a lower price. Not all that horrible when you kind of relate it to what you're actually paying for. Good, I guess I could say middle of the road type session IPA it seems. You can now see the lacing taking place as I discussed earlier on the glass. So the lacing is breaking it down nicely. On that swallow, I do feel a little bit, like I said, of a harshness. Carbonation is actually lively, but it sits fine on the palate, not anything too overly carbonated. The duration of the finish, pretty much a nice average duration there, so you have the flavors definitely kicking around for sure. Overall, it's actually not too bad of a beer. The body of it kind of sits as a more closer to a medium than a light body. Not too watery. The texture is nice and crisp. It has a slight refreshing quality on the back end, and I think overall with this one, you know, for what it's supposed to do, I think it's alright. It's a drinkable beer. No real big complaints there for me to give it a rating. I'd actually rate this one out as probably a C, so it'll be a 2.5. I think it is drinkable. It doesn't knock me back or anything like that, but it's not something that I think is a horrible type beer by any means. Overall, it passes. So there you have it. This is the Mission Street Session Pale Ale. If you've had it before, let me know. Put some comments in the comments section. Let me know what you happen to think about that one. Love to hear your feedback. But outside of that, I'm just going to go ahead and finish knocking this one out. Again, I appreciate you swinging by, check out another video. If you did like it, please remember to hit that like button. Of course, if you want to subscribe to stay up to speed on other videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say cheers. Keep drinking good craft beer. Cheers.